I've spent the last 3 or 4 weeks traveling overseas and I've not really put out any content whatsoever. If anything, I've completely neglected my business. Probably thinking, why are you recording in your car to begin with? But very good reason. It's called an appeal to authority. You see, the classic villain arc online is that you do well in business, then you start teaching people how to do well in business. And the majority of people doing that are fucking pathetic. And I'm definitely not the richest content creator out of all the people you follow online, or that would be a GT3 RS. And I only got the GT3. Now I'm going to put some of our new flavor and new tonic in the fridge, and then I'm going to explain to you how I still managed to make over $100,000 this month without posting on social media. And the best part yet is you don't even need to have your own fancy gym or your own sauna or even your own dream car. Well, truth be told, it's actually not my dream car because I never thought I'd ever be able to have a car like this in my life. I was dreaming about an Audi RS6, but we got a little bit carried away. All you need is one of the things I'm holding here: an iPhone, a good computer, ideally a MacBook Pro, and a tripod. Right, let's get out of this shitty production. Let's crack on. Now, isn't this a nicer technical setup for us to talk about what we're going to talk about today? So if we go to month to date for this date, we can see that we're at 113,000 US dollars. Now, if we go over to YouTube, we can have a little look that I haven't posted in 24 days and 16 hours. Now, my YouTube is the main place that I get sales for my mentorship program and all the little courses around it. And I'm going to explain to you some very simple systems you can put in place to earn you money whilst you do other things more important than churning out content every day. Just before we get into that, we have a look at RevTrack here. Very good platform software. You can see every single video that I've done. I can look at the revenue that's been attributed to it. For instance, this video did $12,700, and I can also see which courses came from it, whether it's business mentorship, content mastery, email advantage, or my PT starter kit. Now I know that's my best performing video. It's probably going to make sense for me to loop you into that at the end of this. So just before we get to my end card at the end of the video, if you're ever wondering why some creators are pointing you in the direction of a certain video, it's usually the one that's generating the most revenue. Now you'll notice there's a discrepancy here between the clicks and the revenue. There's under 50 sales and there's 2,558 clicks. What does that mean? Well, it means not every link that I put in a video is about making a sale. Sometimes there's a much better use of someone's click that doesn't result in asking them to buy your product. And that's the point of this video. So when I'm on social media and I have the pleasure of making content like today, my sole objective of a video is often to put someone into a lead magnet, but it's not just a lead magnet. It's not just, hey guys, download my free asset. I'm actually going to push people into an email automation where on different days, one after another, they're going to receive a very helpful email from me. And at some point, some of those people are going to buy, some of them won't. In front of me right here is one of the best and easiest ones in which I've used. This then nurtures someone over 30 days to give them 30 different ways they can improve their business. I know a lot of people are going to get this and think, oh, I bet the information in there is not even that good. And they might sign up anyway, just to figure out how it is I'm making sales. And I implore you to do the same. In this video, don't just listen to what I'm saying. You should have a look at what I do so you can copy it. Now, all of these links will be in the description and I'll be able to see all of them on RevTrack, which is awesome. And just before we get into the next one, there's a little thing that I should get off my chest that a lot of creators and people in my position don't, because they make a benefit from lying to you about stuff. So last week, sat down with the team that helped me operate my business, and we could see that there was $110,000 of revenue. So people think, oh, that's amazing. That's all money in your pocket. Not quite. If you look here, we spent $37,000 in ad spend, and you can see the performance is down week on week. You can see that we spent nearly $38,000 in ad rev. And as you can see, our ROAS, our return on ad spend, and our advertising revenue is down a lot. This is because we've taken some new products and we're starting to put them out there to colder audiences, so they just can't perform as well as possible. So even though I say I made $110,000, when you reduce the 40 from that, it's closer to 70. Revenue is not profit. Revenue is not what you get to keep. And I think it's sometimes disingenuous for people to throw around numbers when the reality is they're not keeping all of it. Now, as you can see here, I've got several different email marketing flows working at different points. We've got some that are paid, some that are organic, some from different flows. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to protect the revenue splits and the open rates and the click rates here, just to keep a bit of curiosity. I'm showing you how the sausage is made, but I don't want you to know exactly how my business operates, or you might copy the right things and potentially put me out of business, who knows? But every week we track different performances of different lead magnets so we can know where to focus attention for the following week. So the 30 days in 30 ways, organic content we send there does pretty well. Paid content that we send there doesn't often perform as well because we're almost having to pay someone to get them onto it. They're probably not as warm as, say, you, the viewer watching this video. People that are coming in through YouTube videos just probably have seen more raw hours of me talking to camera, so they probably trust me better and they're more inclined to buy and trust me. Then I realized in my RevTrack data that the majority of my sales were coming from videos where I was speaking about landing pages. Landing pages are websites that you send people to buy a product. And I realized that when I work with people inside my Discord, one of the main places of contention is landing pages, how people are structuring their sales page, getting their offer across. So I thought that I would make a template, which I did. Now that's not the whole thing. That is just kind of a visual asset. And I thought it could help if I was to hold up something and point to it in ads, which it does. It performed very, very well. So when people sign up here, name, email, they get sent the asset, but then I put them into an email automation. I believe this one is between 5 and 10 days. Each day, because they get the asset, they enjoy the asset, and then they think, oh yeah, I'm not quite convinced. And the next day I come in, boom, hit them with another fact they didn't know. Then the next day, boom. By day 5, they're probably thinking, bloody hell, this guy really knows a lot about sales pages. And although my main product is $3,500 which is a lot of money, I always remind people that if all your existing efforts are going to a sales page and you're getting a 1% conversion, some simple tweaks to that landing page could take you to 2%. Now, 1% to 2% doesn't sound like a lot, but it would double the amount of revenue that you're getting from the existing amount of work. So think about that. Same amount of posts on socials, same amount of call to action, same amount of hours spending online, same amount of time in the edit, same amount in every single component, but you improve that and you get more money from the same effort. Now, people from this definitely convert better than the 30 days, but again, I think it's because their needs are different. From the 30 days, 30 ways, I get some people to do my courses like the short form content mastery. The people that are struggling from their sales page are often larger, much more established business with higher needs. So I would say I get more mentorship sales from that lead magnet than I do the other. Now, this is a very interesting one. In some of my content, including the most recent video, even though looking at it, the views may not seem that impressive, my main call to action is to say to people, hey, give me your email address and I will add you to the next video. Now, we will have to blur this out for data protection, but if we go and look, even in the last 30 days, there have been dozens of people that are applying for this web critique. Now, this is where I go into to pick people to use in the next videos. But here's the interesting part. Once they opt in to have their content critiqued, which you guys can do, again, with the link in the description to this video, I then chuck them into the 30-day automation of 30 ways in 30 days. You can see here. Either way, I'll check in with you the next 30 days. For some reason, that reason I actually don't know, people that enter the 30-day automation from this lead magnet attribute double the sales per person. Double. And I don't even know why. So 500 people going through this equates to the same rev as 1,000 people going through the 30-day automation. Now, not all of these lead magnets that I used work within business to business. So some of you may have noticed that recently I started TRT about a year ago. And although it's not been great for my hairline, you'll notice that I'm more jacked, I'm leaner, I train more, I compete more in jiu-jitsu. I'm generally day-to-day just more aggressive. Not like I want to fight people. I'm like, let's go, brother, let's go. It's the testosterone. So I've started and I've invested into a company called Manual in the UK. I'm now helping men get their blood work checked. So I bought the domain, checkyourbloods.com. And let's say you're in the UK or Northern Ireland, I am then using another page to take your data to put you into an email automation. And that email automation just tells you about the TRT process, about how often to inject, what you can expect, what the pros are there any cons? Because I don't just want to give someone like a little PDF about, oh, here's a PDF cheat sheet on TRT. I want to be able to hit you with some nuance every single day, because my call to action on this is to get people to order a blood test. Now, I don't get paid if they order a blood test or not, but it's sometimes just silly to expect someone to just think, oh, buy blood test, fine. I want to email them the day after the blood test arrives and the day after that and to say, hey, mate, bloody get your blood work checked. And the reason I get their phone number is I can look at the data in the back end of people that have bought tests and not done it yet. So then I can ping them and nurture them and say, hey, Dave, do your flipping blood test, send it back, let's see how you're at. So every single call to action in which I'm utilizing online revolves around the purpose of putting someone to an email automation. That means at any given point, I could be walking down the street and someone could go, hey, James, that email that you put out today was sick. And I have no idea what they're talking about. And that's what I want people to do. And I don't just want it to be one lead magnet for your business. So you can see here, I'm operating 5 at the same time, all based on different needs, wants that people have. And if 9 out of 10 people go through the automation, do nothing with it, that's fine. The purpose is that 1 out of 10 people will take action from those emails. And it's because I made the effort to touch base every day. Even though they know it's an automation, it's just that little bit more effort that I think is crucial to put in when it comes to trying to get someone to trust you enough to buy your stuff. Now, as you will remember, RevTrack, the highest revenue video, was the laziest way to make money. So I can go over to this, have a look at my content, where is she? And now because I know this video is doing really well and for getting loads and loads of people to buy loads of things that I'm doing. Oh, I've just seen Dan Martell. I never saw this. Mate, I love your stuff. I am a big fanboy. For any of you who don't know, Dan Martell, not only is he a legend, not only did he invest into Newtonic, embarrassingly, I only saw a video last night. There's this video that I've seen of this guy walking his member of staff around a sports car, just like mine downstairs. Very, very similar spec. And he goes, oh, isn't this the car that you've got on the background of your phone? And the guy's like, yeah. And then he buys it for him. Last night, I realized that was Dan Martell. I've been Dan Martell's biggest fan. I've seen that video, but because he's wearing a hat, I never noticed it was him. And I'll be honest with you, one of my dream goals in life is to get so rich. Not even for me. I just want to be able to buy stuff from my mates. Oh, I seen you double tapped a reel of that car. I bought you it. Oh, heard your nan's going to a home. I paid for it. Oh, heard you're flying to America in economy. I've upgraded you. They're the goals. Or to take your best friends on a private jet to Ibiza for 24 hours, which I did last weekend. But this is pure distraction. The point I'm trying to get to is this. Once you make a video like this, with the objection of getting people to click your lead magnets, we must be prepared that not everyone is going to be ready to click on that lead magnet and do action with it. So the best thing we can do is to point them in a direction like this and open another hook. But if you're someone that's too lazy to put together lead magnets and put them all over the internet to get people to sign up, imagine if there was a way that you could make more money doing even less work than the things I spoke about in this video. And if you click this one right here, you'll find out all about it. And that is how you make money without having to post videos all the time.